Over the years, internet culture has anthropomorphized psychological ideology into memes. The doomer is one such meme, and is someone who believes that the global problems of ecological exhaustion, such as overpopulation, climate change, and pollution will cause the collapse of civilization. The doomer grew up in the age of the internet, and in a sense was raised by it. Not to be confused with a boomer who has merely adapted to it. The doomer most likely spend a large portion of their time watching conspiracy videos, and through a surge of self-education, develop the mindset of nihilism. The doomer is inherently intelligent, and over time lost trust in the people around them and gave up on society. They are consumed by the sadness and suffering that is a natural part of life. This in turn has transformed them into loners. The lifestyle of a doomer, usually around the age of 20 to 36, is typically unemployed or working a dead-end job, tormented by unacquainted love, and alienated from most of the population. And the sense of personal aimlessness and despair seeps into their views on the world in general. The doomer is someone who has taken the proverbial red pill and has given into a schizoid lifestyle of isolation, pessimism, and total apathy. Doomers wallow in self-hatred, are usually depressed, and are almost always exclusively men. On the other end of the spectrum, but very much related to the doomer, the bloomer is an enlightened doomer who has come to terms with the negative aspects of life and society. Their love for people exceeds any hatred they have ever felt, sees the silver lining in all things, is aware that life will bring suffering and expects it, for it is a natural part of existence. Any bloomer was probably a doomer at one point in their life, but through Stoicism, Buddhism, mindfulness, or some other brighter inner realization, was able to escape and understand that life has always been a perception. The boomer. This guy is usually typically seen with some kind of energy drink or cigarette in hand. Unlike the bloomer, their happiness doesn't come from a form of enlightenment. They tend to lack deep real-world knowledge, and usually don't have a degree and is not self-educated. Their happiness is a pure form of blissful ignorance. Most of their information comes from opinionated news sources. They have a hard time understanding that the world has changed, and yet don't like the way things are and wish things could go back to, quote, how they used to be. Boomer comes from the slang baby boomer, but is not necessarily connected to age. However, boomers will most likely be of the age 37 and up, but can be of any age, for it is a state of mind. Some typical signs of the boomer. Usually they're conservative, maybe a little racist, don't like seeing women in power, upset by homosexuality. Their cars are pride and joy, and right now you can probably hear one mowing their yard.